Hello, and welcome to another episode of Priscilla Perspective. Today, I want to talk about something that I believe is important: the stories we never hear. Because sometimes what we see on the outside is only a small piece of what someone is actually going through. We see a person smiling, we see someone going about their day, we see someone who seems strong, confident, or like they have everything together. But what we don't see is what happened before they walked into the room. We don't know the battles they fought. We don't know the nights they cried. We don't know the sacrifices they made. And sometimes we don't know just how hard they had to fight simply to keep moving forward. Every person has a story. Some stories are shared openly, others are kept private, and some stories may never be told at all. That doesn't mean those stories don't matter. Sometimes the stories we never hear are the ones that can teach us the most. They remind us that we should be careful about judging people based on what we see, because you don't always know the whole story. There may be pain behind the smile, there may be strength behind the silence. There may be a person fighting battles that nobody else knows about. And that's why I believe we have to remember the person behind the story. Before we judge someone, let's pause. Before we assume we know what happened, let's listen. Before we decide who is right or wrong, let's remember that there may be pieces of the story that we haven't heard. Everybody deserves to be heard, not necessarily because we have to agree with them, but because their experience is still their experience. And sometimes simply being willing to listen can make a difference. Listening is powerful. Sometimes people don't need us to fix everything. Sometimes they just need someone to say, I hear you, I see you, your story matters. We live in a world where everybody wants to speak. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody wants to be heard. But how often do we stop long enough to actually listen? That's something I think we all need to ask ourselves. And I want to say something personal. Life has taught me that you can never really know what another person is carrying. You can look at someone and think you know their story, but you don't. And that's why I try to remind myself to give people a little grace, because everybody is a work in progress. Everybody is fighting something. Everybody has a story. And sometimes the strongest people you know are the ones who are quietly fighting battles nobody else can see. And when life becomes overwhelming, sometimes you have to take it one moment at a time, one breath at a time, one prayer at a time. You may not know how everything is going to work out. You may not have all the answers, but that doesn't mean you stop moving forward. Keep going, keep believing. And remember that sometimes the story we don't hear is the story we most need to understand. I'm Priscilla, and this has been Priscilla Perspective. Stay informed, stay prepared, always seek the truth, and God bless.